Let me guess. You're a fantasy basketball manager who has never won a chip. Or maybe you have won a chip, but it's been years and you're looking for a hack to make sure that you can secure that fantasy basketball championship in this coming season. Listen, I'm here to help, here to support, to make sure that you can bring home the chip. In this episode, we are going to be conducting a super early fantasy basketball mock draft 12-team points leagues to help you get the information you need right now so you can be ready when draft season begins. We believe every NBA fan that plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. So we're cooking with hot bacon grease yet again. The stove is on fire and we got that joint on high. We got it actually higher than high. You know that section of the stove that will actually burn your pots? That is what we are doing tonight. And we are hot and heavy in the most professional and appropriate way. With that being said, I am your host, Robin Marks. I have worked for NBC Sports. I've been a contributor over at #basketball.com, and I am here today to help you win your fantasy basketball championship. We got members from our Discord community lined up, ready to jump in. It seems as if every slot is filled. We are not drafting against any robots this season. No ChatGPT, no Claude, no Gemini, no Sora, none of that. No Jasper. None of that is going down. We got real live humans. But before we jump into that, I want to talk to you folks about BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything from the Olympics to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. Cha-ching! BetOnline, the game starts here. So we've spoken about different things that we can do to get ready for the season. But honestly, the easiest way to get good at something is to start practicing. If you are a basketball player in real life, the best thing you can do is get out on the court and just play. And it's the same thing when it comes to fantasy. And the way we train in the off season, we are conducting mock drafts. And I mean, we are going down the line. We're trying to focus on every single position or draft position. I've already drafted from the 7th position. That is an alarm for me to start this show. Jeez Louise. So we have drafted from the 7th position. We have drafted from the 1st position. Tonight, I will be drafting from the 2nd position. Before we start up, I got to give a shout out to all of our community members that pulled up for this live, and we'll just go through it because during the draft, I'm not saying people's names. I'm trying to just talk about the players and pick my players. With that being said, number 1 pick is going to be Arya's Astounding Team. I'm at number 2. Then at number 3, we got Dylan's Dangerous Team. At number 4, we got Arnold's Awesome Team. Then we have Dennis' Daring Team, Tyrese's Talented Team, and of course, my man Antec is in the building. Huge aficionado for our community. Super grateful and excited to see him. Antec is drafting at 7. Then my man Bihamik. Bihamik, let me know if I'm saying your name right because, boy, he is on the come up, one of the most active members in our community, and honestly, he is kicking butt in these mock drafts. I think he's attended every single one, and he's built some amazing teams. Happy to see him. MC Fizz. Oh, MC Fizz, you got the bars, my guy, is at 9. 10, we got Cato's top-notch team. Number 11, we got Team Reed. Big shout-out Reed, another super active member of our community. And then at 12, we got Joey's Scary Team. We are minutes away from the draft room opening up. Couple of tips that I want to talk about, and I've shared this in a previous video, but just want to share it with you here as well. So the hack is drafting early. Like, don't worry about what people are saying about you. ESPN opens up earlier than the other platforms. Get on ESPN, get on Sleeper, just get into the motion to shoot some free throws, put up some layups, like just get into the practice. But as you're going through this, make sure that you are creating your own rankings. Get your Excel sheet or your Google sheet, whatever you use, and start building out your own rankings. Number two, make sure when you're in these drafts, you are using your queue. Do not just go into your draft, especially if there's money on the line, all willy-nilly, and then you come out of the draft with a squad that smells like hot dog water. You don't want to smell like hot dog water. I'm just saying. Another thing you don't want to do is don't overthink it. Don't be up in here like, oh my goodness, who do I pick? What do I do? Like, just take the best player. Take the best player according to your rankings, because the stuff that you'll see in ESPN, the stuff that you'll see in Yahoo, the stuff that you'll see on Fantrax, the stuff that you'll see on Sleeper, it's off sometimes, man. Like, these platforms are late to the party. They don't know about, or they don't address, I should say. They know about it, but they don't address it in fantasy if there's a major announcement in terms of a coach prioritizing a player, or if someone is traded, how does that impact their value? 9 times out of 10, most of these projections are based on what happened last year. And if you know fantasy at all, you know that what happened last year happened last year. And this year might be a totally different story. And that can go either way, where a player that we've expected to do really well might stink up the joint, and a player that has traditionally been dumpster juice might turn into a bar of gold. So we are 1 minute and 8 seconds away from this going down. So let me go ahead and just get my screen situated. Oh, that looks crispy. That looks crispy. For my folks listening at home, I just pulled up the split screen, and we got the actual clock here. We're 49 seconds away from the draft room opening. There'll probably be another minute of us just kind of waiting for it to start, but that is all good. While we're waiting, I do want to give you another tip for your draft. Make sure, and this is an unpopular opinion, I'll do a whole video on this, but this is an unpopular opinion. Don't be afraid to draft injured players. I will repeat. Don't be afraid to draft injured players. There was a year where Karl-Anthony Towns was banged up, and because of that, his draft value was super low. Where he was projected to go was just lower because they were looking at his total season points. For me, he was going to be out for a few weeks, but like, so what? It's Karl-Anthony Towns. So don't be afraid to reach a little bit for an injured player that you believe will perform. So let me go ahead and draft room is now open. Oh, baby. This is exciting. Let's see how it looks. Crispy, crispy. Okay, we got a little something happening there. Let me get the bottom of my screen clear. Oh, baby. Let's get it. So the draft is about to start. We are 1 minute and 7 seconds away. I got the second pick. So just to give you my play-by-play, the way I'm thinking about it right now, I am looking at 3 players if they are available. Nikola Jokic, who in real life, guys, I have never in my long-legged life ever got the first pick in a draft, in a real-life draft. Never. So I've never been able to secure the Joker. I've never had him on a fantasy team in all the years of him being so dominant. Never had him. But I'll be looking at the Joker here. If Arya doesn't grab the Joker, I'll be grabbing the Joker. Next person I'm looking at is Victor Wembanyama. Then I'm going to be looking at Luka Doncic. And that's kind of it. I'll get one of those 3 players. Another player that I would be potentially interested in taking here would probably be SGA. It's worth noting that Giannis Antetokounmpo is ranked super high here, and I'm not sure if his points league value is still that high, but the draft is here. Oh, baby. And the only reason I don't put the sound on, guys, for that is because I be getting flagged by YouTube. When we do that, they be like, yo, you can't do that. Oh, shish kebabs. Luka goes first. Holy crap. Yes. So I'm about to get the Joker. Give me the Joker. Where's the Joker? Where's the Joker? Give me the Joker. Give me the Joker. Give me that Joker, boy. Bring that Joker on. So I got the Joker. We got first pick, Luka Doncic. Second pick, Nikola Jokic. Dylan is up, and he is on the clock. He's going to likely grab Victor Wembanyama here. That was correct. So Dylan grabs Victor Wembanyama. Then we got my man Arnell is up. Arnell is up. Arnell is up. And he grabs Arnell grabs Joel Embiid. Very interesting. I like that. Joel is, I'm not mad at that. If Joel gets injured, then I will not, be surprised. But I like that. That's a risky play, but I'm not mad at it. I would have taken SGA there. SGA goes at 5, and then Giannis falls to 6. Not mad at that at all. I love the way this draft is playing out. It seems like despite ESPN's projections here for the players, that we are definitely making our decisions based on what we think is best or according to our ranking. So I really like that. Then we got, after Giannis Antetokounmpo, we have Domantas Sabonis. I'm going to get a quick sip of this tea. I switched to tea, guys. I put down my daggone Buc-ee's cup that I was bringing every week. Had to chill on that. Got some decaffeinated Earl Grey tonight. Trying not to be up all night. That's why we started a little early. After Domantas Sabonis, we have Jason Tatum at the 1-8. Then we have Anthony Edwards at the 1-9. Trae Young at the 1-10. Let me quickly go through round one again just so you're up to speed. Luka at the 1-1, Jokic at the 1-2, Wemby at the 1-3, Joel at the 1-4, SGA at the 1-5, Giannis 1-6, DeMontis 1-7, Tatum 1-8, Edwards. I think that's the earliest we've seen Anthony Edwards go at the 1-9, Trae Young at the 1-10, and then Anthony Davis at the 1-11. I think Anthony Davis should be going higher than this, to be quite honest. I think that the year that he had, we still look at him as an injury-prone player because he's always been injured, right? But last year, he took the top off. Boobies was out, hair blowing in the wind, convertible status. Your man was cooking. He played like over 70 games, I believe. He was one of the top players in category leagues and points leagues. So, for me, I don't see why not. I would definitely take AD a little higher than the end of the first round. I would probably take him before people like Tatum, maybe. Definitely take him before Trae. I would take him before Anthony Edwards. Yeah. So I'm curious to see if that can be a discount for us. So that's something you want to make a note of. Is AD falling in the draft? At the 112, we have Jalen Brunson. I love that. And you wouldn't, if you would have told me that 2 years ago, I would have looked at you like you was crazy. But your man averaged crazy. I think his point average last year was like 27, 28 points a game, y'all. I don't have it in front of me, but it was like that. Buckets all day, every day, and tomorrow. Next up, top of the second, we got Ja Morant. Interesting. Listen, I always have concerns about players who have off-court issues. So, a player like Ja Morant, as exciting as he is and how great he is, is he going to be up in the club with the blicky again? Huh? Is he going to be, making it rain and flashing that thing? Come on, man. That's my concern. And, listen, and I'm not trying to joke because I know it's a serious topic, but I have to say, as a basketball fan, I feel like the brother might be squandering his blessings because of the people he surrounded himself with. So that's just me. We'll get into the recap again, but let me quickly make my pick. So I'm up in a couple. I'm eyeing right now the players that I'm looking at. Some of them are younger guys. One is an older guy. And the other one might be someone that we're not really checking for anymore. Definitely more talented young guys at the top here. So this will definitely be a decision based on youth, but also a bit of experience. So for me, really got a couple of choices here that I like. But I think I'm going to just go old school on this. Actually, no. Let me just go ahead and secure the bag. So I'm going to grab Sengun, double up. I got both of my bigs. I have the baby Joker and the big Joker right now. So I got the big face Joker and the small face Joker. Now, the next player I'm going to get on my turn, because I pick again in a couple of picks, is going to probably be a player that has fallen from grace over the years and is not as popular as they once were in fantasy. But I still believe there's an angle that would lead to them having a remarkable season for a third-round pick, and that is the babyface assassin, Steph Curry. So I'll give you more on Steph Curry, but let me quickly catch up on the recap. So after Ja Morant at the 2-1, we had LeBron James at the 2-2, Kevin Durant at the 2-3, Halliburton at the 2-4. That is wild that Halliburton fell that far. That's kind of crazy. Am I bugging? But I would have taken Halliburton before a lot of those guys. I would take him before Brunson. I would take him before Morant. In a points league, I would take him before James. I would take him. I don't know if I'd take him before Durant. Maybe, yeah. I'd probably take him before Durant, too. That's a little crazy to me. 2.4. At the 2.5, we got Devin Booker. At the 2.6, we got Chet Holmgren. I love that pick. 2.7, we got Donovan Mitchell. Love it. 2.8, we got Kyrie Irving. Amazing. We are flowing. 2.9, Scotty Barnes. Not mad at that at all. At the 2.10, we got Kawhi Leonard. Lord, give me the strength. I don't give a shih tzu puppy about where he falls. I am not messing with Kawhi Leonard, especially in the second round. Maybe the third or the fourth, maybe. You're twisting my arm here, right? And some would argue, listen, Kawhi played last year, Robin. What are you talking about? Yeah, he played a lot of games last season, but where was he in your fantasy playoffs? Crickets, right? So I'm out on Kawhi Leonard. It is like common popular knowledge that I don't mess with him. At the 2.11, I grabbed Sengun with the double up on the Jokers, babyface Joker, small face Joker, big face Joker. Then at the 2.12, we have De'Aaron Fox. Love that pick. Yes. Paolo Banchero at the 3.1. Great for points leagues. Yes. Steph Curry at the 3.2. How the mighty have fallen. If you play fantasy basketball long enough, you will see the great players fall. It happens all the time. All the time. After Steph Curry at the 3-2, we had DeMar DeRozan at the 3-3, LaMelo Ball at the 3-4, Tyrese Maxey at the 3-5, James Harden at the 3-6. Yes, that is an amazing pick. DeJounte Murray falls to the 3-7. I think there's going to be a lot of mouths to feed in New Orleans, so I'm not mad at him dropping there. Dame Lillard goes at the 3-8. Bam Adebayo at the 3.9, Lauri Markkanen at the 3.10, Pascal Siakam at the 3.11, and to close out the third round, Evan Mobley at the 3.12. Evan Mobley at the 3.12. Couple of players that people are skipping on right now. People are skipping on Jalen Green. People are skipping on Desmond Bane. People are skipping on Nikola Vucevic. And those three players are just staying there. I would grab Bane. If I was any of these teams right now, I would be looking at Bane. Other players that I would be looking at in this area, likely the Zion Williamsons of the world, the Franz Wagners. Jaylen Brown is a great pick in this area. Karl Anthony Towns, Cade Cunningham. I don't like Jamal Murray here. I would probably fade Jamal Murray. And there's a couple of guys that I would reach for. I'm not going to mention them because they might be available for me when I'm drafting. So after Evan Mobley at the 312, to start off the fourth round, we have Mikal Bridges at the 4-1. I don't know if I would have taken Mikal Bridges there. I like Mikal Bridges, but I don't know if I would have taken him there. Not with that one. At the 4-2, Kristaps Porzingis, if healthy, man, that is a great steal. But we have health concerns there. I wouldn't be mad at taking him there, but again, there is a risk. At the 4-3, one of the most consistent and healthy, durable players in fantasy history recently had some injuries, and now he's not looked at that like he's not looked at that way anymore. So Karl Anthony Towns is viewed as an injury risk now. So for me, you know, I'm saying, like, what are you gonna do? You gotta make your decisions. And for me, I love the pick to grab Karl Anthony Towns. I think it's a steal to grab him in the fourth round, and I think he's gonna have a great, healthy season. So it looks like Jalen Green and Desmond Bane are off the board now. So for me, the guy that I was looking at, I'm gonna reach a little bit for him, is from the Philadelphia 76ers, Paul George. So I don't have any wings right now, and also I think Paul George, to grab him in the fourth round with the 11th pick is a steal. Do I think he's going to outperform his numbers from LA? I think he might. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Let me just make this second pick. So players I'm looking at right now in this area. Oh, shoot. I got to take this. I got to take Franz Wagner. I love me some Franz Wagner. So I grabbed Franz Wagner. So back to Paul George. So, and this is something you can check out on an episode that I did with Dan Bespris on his platform, the Old Man Network, Old Man Fantasy Basketball. And we talked about this. And this is an unpopular take, and I could be wrong here, but I doubt it. Here's my philosophy around this. I think Paul George is going to have a better season than he had in LA, and I'll tell you why. First of all, last year, there were times where Kawhi was pretty healthy, right? So a lot of Paul George's stats were during the time when Kawhi was healthy. That's worth noting. Also worth noting that Paul George has never been a third option. In his career, he's been a first option. Some could argue that even when he was a second option to Kawhi, he was still the first option because Kawhi never played, right? Not never, but you know what I'm saying. So that's one thing. Him being a third option, although his usage will decrease slightly, his minutes are not going to decrease. He's going to be on the floor, and just because he doesn't have the ball in his hand doesn't mean that he's not going to get points. And when we're talking points in a points league, we're not just talking about baskets. We're talking about assists. We're talking about rebounds. We're talking about steals, blocks. I believe his defensive stats, which are heavily weighted, will have a slight uptick, and his assists will increase, which are also heavily weighted in points league. So even though I believe his point per game average will take a slight dip, I think he averaged 22 last season. He might average 20, 21, but I think he's going to have an uptick in those other areas. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Paul George is going to have a better season or not? Let's get back to the recap. So after Karl Anthony Towns at the 4-3, we had Zion at the 4-4, Cade at the 4-5, Cunningham that is, Jared Allen at the 4-6, Julius Randle at the 4-7, Jaylen Brown at the 4-8. I like that pick. Jalen Green at the 4-9. I don't know how. I see why he fell. Like I don't believe it. I don't know why he's that high. I'm not high on Jalen Green at all. Desmond Bane at the 4-10. I'm high on Desmond Bane though. Cheech and Chong, Method Man, Redman high. I think he's going to have a great season, and I think that's a steal to grab him at the bottom of the fourth. I grabbed Paul George at the 4-11, Jamal Murray at the 4-12, maybe. DeAndre Ayton at the 5 at the top of the 5th round at the 5-1. I grabbed Franz Wagner with the 5-2. I love that pick just because I love Franz Wagner. Man, for points leagues, come on, man. Come on. Jalen Green, my apologies, Jalen Williams, at the 5-3. Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 5-4. Brandon Ingram at the 5-5. Yes, that's a good pick. Jimmy Butler at the 5-6. Y'all know, man. If you ever listen to me talk about Jimmy Butler, you know where I stand on this. I think he is one of the most phenomenal basketball players on the planet. One of my favorite players to watch in real life. Hard-nosed, 90s basketball feeling. But for fantasy? Huh? I am all the way out. Done. No way, Jose. Kobe White at the 5-7. I'm not mad at that, Antec. I see you. Man, he's going for the fences. I like this pick, though. Fred VanVleet at the 5-8. Cleaning up out here. Rudy Gobert with the 5-9. Yes. Nikola Vucevic, not mad at that. Zach LaVine, I got to see. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Nick Claxton at the 5-12. And then Darius Garland at the 6-1, leading off the top of the 6th. D'Angelo Russell at the 6-2. I don't know. Derek White at the 6-3. Yes. Miles Turner at the 6-4. Yes. Jalen Johnson at the 6-5. B-Hamic, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Yo, I can never draft Jalen Johnson. Yo, this is brutal. Jesus Christ, man, you guys are some dogs out here, man. I cannot get no wins with that now. I got something for you, though. Dang, Dennis Darren, y'all are cleaning up. Okay, let me get focused. B-Hamic at the 6-5 grabs Jalen Johnson. Let me just pick somebody because y'all are cleaning up. I ain't none of that goodness here. Man, that makes me mad. That makes me all the way mad. So I'm going to just do what God is trying to tell me to do. Something I haven't done in a while. Damn, this makes me upset. I'm going to grab Cam Thomas. Damn. Oh, no. Oh, no, man. Oh, no. I done got Cam Thomas on my team. Why? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Okay, back to the recap. So we got Jalen Johnson at the 6-5. Austin Reeves at the 6-6. Hey, but by the way, B-Hamic, that is, man, you're cleaning up every draft. It feels like he goes a little earlier. I love that you're not afraid to reach for him. I love that. Austin Reeves at the 6-6. Miles Bridges at the 6-7. I'm up again, so I'm going to quickly take a peek, see what I got here. And I'm going to grab my main man, Devin Vassell here. I'll grab Devin Vassell. I'm okay with that. So after Miles Bridges at the 6-7, Jalen Duren at the 6-8. That is an amazing pick. He was way down, and you reach for him. That's one of the guys I was looking at. Love that pick. Kyle Kuzma at the 6-9, maybe. Keegan Murray, okay, at the 6-10. Cam Thomas at the 6-11. Heck to the no. I am out on Cam Thomas, but I picked him because, if he does what some people think he's going to do, it's going to be a fun year in Brooklyn for him. Josh Giddey, no Diddy, at the 6-12. Tobias Harris at the 7-1. Devin Vassell at the 7-2. CJ McCollum at the 7-3. Dylan, great pick. I love that he just fell and you grabbed that value. Because sometimes, really quick, guys, when we're in a draft, there's going to be a player who's at the top of the recommended players that people are going to be skipping on. Some novice players are going to be like, there's a reason that they're skipping on him. Let me just not pick him. And that player is going to fall. You got to mentally tell yourself, like, yes, this is not a player that's sexy. Yes, this is not a player that I'm really checking for. But where I'm getting them in terms of value, I can't turn down. And that was a great example there with CJ McCollum. Tyler Hero at the 7-4. Emmanuel Quickley at the 7-5. Anthony Simons at the 7-6. Michael Porter Jr. at the 7-7. And then Jordan leaving the kids at the pool. at the 7-8, Drew Holiday at the 7-9, and then we have some guys hanging out at the top that need to go. Walker Kessler is getting skipped over. Jabari Smith is getting skipped over. Brandon Miller, who I really like this season, I think he's going to have a leap, and that's someone I would potentially roll my dice on for this season. Get a sip of my tea. Keaton says, if I send my team in the chat, can you comment on it? With the draft happening, Keaton, that'll be tough. Hold to the end of the draft. If you stick around to the end of the draft, I'll do it in overtime for you. So just put it down there and just remind me at the end of the draft, and I'll do that for you. We're rolling here. We are in the 8th round. Man, this is a really good one. As usual, the usual suspects are cleaning up. After Drew Holiday at the 7-9, we had Jonas Valanciunas at the 7-10. Love that pick. RJ Barrett at the 7-11. Not so crazy about that pick, but I can see why you grab him. I know that for points leagues, he is super valuable. Then we have Brandon Miller at the 7-12. Joey, that is an amazing pick, sir. Great job. Great job. I'm going to just scroll down here and see if there are any interesting players in the weeds that I might want to put in my queue. I typically do that. I'm going to quickly just come off screen because I know the vultures in my Discord, these fantasy sickos, are here probably watching while they're drafting, and I don't want to be giving them any advantage. So I'm going to just queue up a few players quickly, and then we'll come on back to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Oh, man, this thing. Every time somebody picks a player, it just ruins me. I have to start all the way over. It's pretty whack. It's pretty whack. So I'm gonna just try to search that joker. I'm gonna just search this joker because I haven't walked away from a mock draft this season with this guy, and I want to bring the person home in a platonic basketball way for fantasy. Get your mind out of the freaking gutter, dude. Jeez Louise. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I may have cracked the code. The trick is when you're drafting against sharks like this is you got to reach early. You got to reach early for the player that you want. And that you got to be unapologetically you when it comes to that. So I'm going to go into the recap after I make my next pick, but I got a few players queued up. Sitting at the top of the draft board, Walker Kessler, Jabari Smith Jr. These are players that we might want to consider. Tyus Jones, who just signed with the Phoenix Suns. I believe that just happened. So, yeah, look, ESPN, I don't think they updated that yet, but that would be a great pick. Definitely interested in go too far. Y'all ain't going to get me. So how many spots do I have left? Jabari Smith, John Collins. Let me do. I like Jakob Poeltl here a lot. I want to go Jabari Smith. I'm going to see what's up with that. I'm going to go with Jabari Smith Jr. And there are a lot of mouths to feed in Houston, and I don't typically recommend to players in fantasy to stack. But if you stack, don't do more than 2, please. If you are a homer and you really like the Knicks, do not try to reunite the Villanova boys. Like, don't do it. Like, that's going to be bad if your fantasy playoff schedule, if it doesn't work in your favor, you could be in a really funky position. So that's something you want to take into consideration. I might grab Tyus Jones here. If he's available, I might just grab Tyus Jones here. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab Tyus Jones. Why not? Like, shoot. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know he's going to get assists. And that's one thing. If you are using the standard scoring settings for points leagues, them bad boys is worth some bank. So if you can get a point guard that's going to dish out 8 assists a game, 7 or 8 a game, that's somebody you want to be looking at. And with that Phoenix Suns team, there are just a huge amount of resources available to them. So one of the guys that I had in my queue was sniped. That's okay. I think publicly, if anybody's watching, they saw me put him in my queue because he kept coming up as the next person I'm looking at. That's the thing, man. Hey, if you run in the daggone mock draft, you're going to lose some players, man. You got to be okay with that. So let's get back to the recap quickly, and then we'll get back to the draft. So after Brandon Miller, we had OG Anunoby at the 8-1, Terry Rozier at the 8-2, Bradley Beal at the 8-3. Come on, man. Fell all the way off. Colin Sexton at the 8-4. You know it's bad if Bradley Beal goes right before Colin Sexton. Dang. Man, that sucks. Denny Avdia at the 8-5. Bogdan Bogdanovic at the 8-6. Mark Williams at the 8-7. Love that pick. Scoot Henderson at the 8-8. Me and my son had a discussion about Scoot Henderson today. For fantasy, I just need to see it. Do I believe he has all of the tools to be a great player one day? Yeah, but he got to show me something. Jonathan Kuminga at the 8-9. I think with Klay Thompson leaving town, it's going to be a great opportunity for him to get some more usage. Walker Kessler at the 8-10. Jabari Smith Jr., I grabbed him. PJ Washington at the 8-12. Dan Gafford at the 9-1. Love it. Tyus Jones at the 9-2. I think that's kind of a safe pick for me. Jakob Poeltl at the 9-3. Yes. Shaedon Sharpe at the 9-4. Alex Sarr at the 9-5. Alex Sarr ain't scored no points, y'all. He ain't scored no points. He averaged less points than Bronny James in Summer League. Come on, man. Where they do that at? Chris Paul at the 9-6. That was somebody I was looking at. Another player I was looking at is sniped. That was Trey Murphy III, but he went further down. We'll get to him in a moment. At the 9-7, Aaron Gordon. At the 9-8, Chris Middleton. At the 9-9, Draymond Green. Brooke Lopez goes at the 9-10. Klay Make-em-Pay Thompson at the 9-11. Kevin Huerter at the 9-12. Yusuf Nurkic at the 10-1. Clint Capella at the 10-2. Malcolm Brogdon at the 10-3. The guy that sniped me, MC Fizz, grabs my Trey Murphy at the 10-4. I'm watching you, bro. Dante DiVincenzo at the 10-5. Alex Caruso at the 10-6. Onyeka Okongwu at the 10-7. That is a steal. Yes. Okay, so I haven't drafted this guy yet. Listen, I'm about to take him right now just to be safe, to get this off my chest, to say that I did it from the University of Kentucky, from Overtime Elite, from Donda Academy, Kanye West Basketball School, and of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Rob Dillingham. Let's get it. Yes. That's a personal victory for me. And this is just a mock draft. I don't know if that will happen. I don't know if I'll actually grab him in real life drafts, but hey, I got him here. Keldon Johnson goes at the 10-8. John Collins at the 10-9. Jordan Clarkson at the 10-10. And I reach for a player who was ranked 500. Grabbed him in the 10th round, 11th pick. I have 2 more picks left, and I'm reaching. And this is something that I say all the time, guys. Swing for the fences. Swing for the fences in your last few rounds. That's where I'm all about that action. I would grab a Min Thompson right here, but I have too many Houston players. So I'm just not going to do that. But I do really like a couple of players here. And I'm going to just go with Trace Jackson Davis. I think he's going to have a big year. This is, again, another swing for the fence moment. I probably could have got him later, but he's somebody that when it's all said and done, I think he'll be definitely in the top 80, maybe top 90, maybe higher. So I'm completely fine with reaching there. After Rob Dillingham, we had Isaiah Hartenstein at the 10-12. I like that pick. Ben Simmons at the 11-1. Where did y'all get him from? Where was he at? Huh? Wait, what? Is he playing basketball? He's in America? What? He showed up at practice? Like, what's happening? Ben Simmons goes with the 11-1. Trace Jackson Davis, a reach, goes for the 11-2. Amen Thompson, not mad at that, at the 11-3. Jeremy Grant, 11-4. Derek Lively II, yes, at the 11-5. Zubac at the 11-6. Zach Edney, I like that. Oh, Zach Edey, my apologies. Zach Edey, I like that, Antec. Man, you doing your homework, my guy. Ooh, that's good. At the 11-7, Zachary Wissacher at the 11-8 from Behamic. I'm not mad at that. You see, hey, Behamic, you see I grabbed Rob tonight. I said, forget, you can have those other guys. I didn't have that. Malik Monk at the 11-9. Jaime Jaquez Jr. at the 11-10. Then we have Buddy Hield at the 11-11. So swinging for the fences late. The reason I really love that is because your bottom two players, guys, most likely will end up in the waiver wire pool, will end up in the free agent pool at some point. So you got these players, you love the team. Oh my God, I love my team. They look so great. Some of these guys might be gone like before the season even starts. You might be in the waiver wire like, hey, I'm going to swap them out for somebody else now that I thought about it. So don't be afraid to reach in those last few rounds to get some players that maybe are upside plays. Trace Jackson Davis, an upside play. Rob Dillingham, an upside play. All of these rookies, Zach Edey, upside play. Zachary Wissacher, upside play. You know, even Amen Thompson, you know, in his second year, upside play. So these kind of players, you want to make sure you're taking a look at them in those later rounds. After Buddy Hield, we had Jaden Ivey at the 11-12. Josh Hart at the 12-1. Remember, guys, if you are a New York Knicks fan, do not be out here trying to reunite the Villanova boys on your fantasy basketball team. If you a homer, don't be putting more than two players don't stack more than two players, guys. It's not good. Could work out for you if some of those players are bench players, but in most circumstances, it's not going to end well for you. So please don't be out here trying to bring the Villanova boys back together. Mike Conley goes into 12-2. Dennis Schroeder, who is killing it in Olympic play right now, is at the 12-3. Marcus Smart at the 12-4. Reed Shepard at the 12-5. My man Behami got me again. Dang, he's good. That guy's good, man. No way. No way. No way. I'm sitting here, my next two picks. I got a couple of guys that I'm looking at here. Try to see if I can get a little bit of stability because so many of the rookies that I was interested are gone. I think this guy is as stable as they come. I'm going to go with Naz Reid. And then for my last pick of the draft, I'm probably going to swing for the fences on some stability if this player is still available. Definitely somebody that gets a really bad rap for fantasy in general, but in points leagues, he is not half bad. And I want to see if Arias grabs him because that would be a great pick for him. If he doesn't grab him, I will definitely scoop him up because I believe he is going to have some great value if they utilize him the right way. I'm talking about the future Hall of Famer and league MVP, Russell Westbrook. So I just grabbed Russell Westbrook with my last pick in a 12-team draft. I'm okay with that. I like Russell Westbrook better than Ben Simmons because Russell Westbrook plays. He gets in the game. He plays. So we're going to take a look at my team, and I'm going to give you guys an honest review. I'm going to give you yes, no, maybe. Yes meaning, yeah, I did good. No meaning I messed that up. And then maybe, who knows, right? So I'm going to give you an honest assessment, and then I'm going to give you a 1 to 5 GOAT rating on my team as well, and let you know what I think of the squad that I put together. And also for my man Keaton, if you're still in the chat, you can drop your team, and in the overtime of this show, I will gladly run that opinion of your squad for you. We're just waiting for the draft to close out here, and then we'll get into the proceedings. So let's do it. With the first pick, I grabbed Nikola Jokic. Yes. With the second pick, I grabbed Alperen Şengün. Yes. Third pick, Steph Curry. Yes. Paul George. Yes. Franz Wagner. Yes. Cam Thomas. Heck to the no. I am out on Cam Thomas. Devin Vassell. Maybe. Jabari Smith Jr. Maybe. Tyus Jones. Yes. Rob Dillingham. Emphatic. Yes. Trace Jackson Davis. Yes. Naz Reid. Yes. Russell Westbrook. Maybe. I need to see what happens. Overall, with the exception of my Cam Thomas pick, I'm okay with everything. So I'll give myself a 4 out of 5 GOAT rating. A 4 out of 5 GOAT rating. Listen, we're going to be doing these mock drafts every Sunday night live. So if you want to pull up with us, you can come and hang and we can chill together. To join us, you need to be a part of our Discord, though. So visit BelieveInFantasy.com. And if you want to check out the first pick that we did with this draft here for this mock draft, check it out right here. This episode was presented to you by BetOnline.